It's way too easy for me to picture the day I just give up trying to get up. Because it's easier to stay in my chair that I'm in right now, almost 24/7. I'm getting closer to my entire life being confined because of my weight. I would rather lay in bed with my wife than being out here by myself. But the amount of weight that pushes down on my diaphragm and my chest makes it kind of hard to breathe in a regular bed.
Hey, I'm gonna turn the light on.
All right.
You want some coffee or some juice or something?
Probably some juice or something.
He's a big guy, and with his weight being at where it's right now, I do a lot of things around the house, such as I do the laundry, I take out the trash, I take care of the dog. How did you sleep last night?
Hurting bad.
Yeah. You get short of breath just sometimes walking from one end of the house to the other. It's just hard for him to do. So I work full time and I support our family. I pay the bills and buy everything. So I know he wants to help too, he's just not able to.
The addiction to my food probably always began with home troubles. I grew up with a pretty hard childhood. I definitely grew up very, very odd. We did have electricity, but we did not have sewage or plumbing. We got our water from a garden hose that we ran from my grandmother's house next door. There's been times where we were so much out of food that we'd have like popcorn for dinner. And my mom would always say, you need to make sure you eat everything because she didn't want me to be hungry later on. When she had the money to buy it, my mom would make the deep fried foods that I liked to make me happy. And that's kind of how it, I think, started for me. My dad was an alcoholic, and even though he would work every day, he would drink after work or drink as soon as he had the chance to do so. My father's alcoholism was very hard on us. I remember my dad getting drunk a lot and yelling at us. And he would say things that were hurtful, and it was mostly aimed at my mom. He would also take it out on my brother and I as well. It was really hard to cope, so I would just eat. I'm getting really nervous to meet Dr. Now, to see my weight on the scale. All right.
Ready?
Let's do it. To change my life around, maybe. I just hope that Dr. Now thinks he can help me and I can move forward in his program. If I couldn't get his help, I'm screwed. I need this.
Jonathan?
When I last got weighed, I was topping 600 pounds. And I wanted to say that I've reined it in since then. And that I'll be in the low 600s, maybe even high 500s. But I'm not really sure.
Okay, step up on the scale, please.
All right. So, if this doesn't pan out, I'm just going to have to be brave.
Your weight is 641.
Okay.
We're going to room 5.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Very good.
So, Jonathan, you come in all the way from Illinois, huh?
Yes, sir.
And who's this young lady with you?
This is my wife, Zaina.
All right. So, what brought you down to Houston?
I am looking to get help with losing weight.
All right. So, I see you're 641.
Yes, sir.
At your height, your BMI is almost 90,
Yes, sir.
and you're 36.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, how long have you been in that weight?
I've been heavy my entire life. Of course, it just kind of increased as I got older.
So, What do you have done to lose weight?
So I went on the keto diet last year, but my dad passed away very quickly. My mom died about 4 months later. I really started to spiral out of control at that point with just like eating too much and not being decent.
Okay. Well, sorry you went through all that. So you eat to deal with that?
Yes, that was a lot of it until I started working on kind of conquering that demon, you could say.
Okay. So you have better control over your emotional eating now?
Yes, sir. I've chosen that depression's not the way I want to go with my life, and I'm ready to change it.
Okay. So what do you do all day?
Right now, I basically just kind of sit there and look at the four walls. I snack a lot.
Snack?
Yeah, I probably snack a lot.
Do you tell them eat less or what?
I do. Yeah, I work during the day. I work 40 plus hours a week. I'm a nurse.
So you're just spending her money, huh?
I'm spending your money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At night, I'd say that's when I see him eat the most. He'll eat double, maybe triple portions sometimes.
So you tell him eat healthy and he doesn't listen to you.
Not very well, no, sir.
Okay. So you won't listen to a nurse, so you think you're going to listen to a doctor now?
Yeah, you're very right. I didn't control myself, and now I've got myself into a situation where I need help.
All right. So how motivated you are at this point to change?
110% motivated. I'm sick and tired of living this life of just sitting and staring at four walls. I got things I want to do. I want to have kids. I want to go back to work on the ambulance. I want to go back to being a firefighter. There's things that I want to do.
Okay. So you think you're finally ready to make the changes you need?
Yes, sir. I think I can make these changes.
Okay. So I'm going to bring you some stuff.
Okay.
I want you to follow.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about you? Any questions?
I don't think so. I think he's ready to get started.
Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Thank you, doctor.
All right.
I appreciate you.
All right. We can get some blood tests on you today, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'm glad to see that Johnathan and his wife has a healthy dynamic that doesn't revolve around food. In fact, she seems to try to prevent him from overeating to some degree. But ultimately, he finds a way to go around her and get what he wants. So the question is whether he's truly ready to stop that behavior and change what he needs to turn things around, or if he's hoping for a quick fix. If Johnathan comes back with a good progress, we will know that he's been telling me the truth about working hard to change things, and that he's starting to deal with what is driving him to eat. If not, we can see what other tool we can provide to help him. But unless he proves to me he's going to follow through on what he says and put in the effort to change his life, we are not moving ahead with him. Once you read this book, we'll give you more information, but in chapter 12, there's exercises that somebody at your weight can do. So I want you to spend 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening.
Okay.
So when you do that, you will be easily able to lose 80 pounds in 2 months. And if you do that, we will move ahead and we will consider you for weight loss surgery. And your ideal body weight will be 200.
So, doctor, do you think there would be a chance that I would be a candidate for weight loss surgery?
Everything is up to you. Okay, if you control your eating habit and lose weight, then we will know that you are a candidate for surgery because you're doing what it takes to be successful. But if you don't, then we know that you just talk and no show. That is it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So I'll see you in 2 months, and if you need anything, then give me a call.
All right, I definitely will.
All right.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you, doctor.
All right.